BoardGameSwede, and today we're continuing with Eldritch Horror. So last time the reserve got emptied, we got rid of a lot of conditions, but then we gained a few more. So Mark Harrigan is in debt. What's new there? A few new gates spawned, a few new monsters. But all in all, I think we're looking pretty good. We placed one Eldritch token here on the mystery. Now we have to place another one. Maybe Patrice or someone else can move down there to spend clues. We'll see what happens. Okay, so first off, we have Mark Harrigan. He will test his influence first to try to get rid of this debt condition. Of course he failed, so that didn't work. Then I guess he will just rest, stay there in Sydney. Try to close the gate. Gains 1 additional sanity and 1 additional stamina. And that's his turn. Then we have Patricia. She can do nothing but stand up. Then we have Akashi. I think we will have her move 1 space closer to or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just keep her there. Prepare to travel. Yeah, she will gain a boat ticket. And then she will use her action to look at the top 2 gates. And we'll see what they are. We have Rome and Buenos Aires. And we will scrap Buenos Aires and put it on the bottom of the deck here. See here, and there we go. And then we have Norman Withers. He will move 1 space down here to Chicago. Then he will rest. So he will gain 1 sanity more and also 1 stamina more. So now he has... Oh no, wait, he can't gain any stamina at all. He's maxed out at 5. But at least now he has 3 sanity. He also gets to roll a die, try to get rid of that paranoia. On a 5 or 6, it's discarded. And it's a 5, so finally we lose the paranoia. It never triggered though, so it wasn't a huge deal. Okay, so now the encounter phase. We will start with Mark. We'll try to close this gate here. And he goes to Lost Carcosa. At an elaborate masquerade, you talk to decadent partygoers who are all maneuvering to be declared as the proper heir to the crown. Test influence. And he has 2 influence. And 1 6 and a 4, so he succeeds. Then it says, believing that you can help him, a guest attempts to bribe you. Gain 1 artifact. So he will gain an artifact here. It's the Cultus de Ghouls and tome. It says for action, test lore. If you pass, you may spend 1 sanity to gain 2 clues. Which is pretty awesome actually. At least for someone with good lore like Patricia or someone else here. Then it says, seeing this, the queen demands that you unmask. She questions you relentlessly in an attempt to discover what you've learned. Become delayed unless you spend 2 clues. Okay. We can't spend 2 clues, but his ability is that he can't be delayed or detained, so nothing really happens. Which is a shame, because I really wanted to close the gate. Oh well. Then we have Patricia. She's in Istanbul. So it says, you hope to find help at the Stella Club, but the drinks and jazz distract you. Test will. So she has 4 will. See what we will roll here. She's blessed also, so of course counts as successes. So we got 1, 4, and a 6, so that's a success. If you pass, here we go. If you pass, the owner, Frederick Bruce Thomas, takes an interest. You gain a funding condition. Alright. At least it's a good condition. So we will find a funding condition somewhere in the stack. Here we go. So it triggers if you're in a city and the reckoning happens, which she is right now, so something good might happen this turn. And then we have Kashi, who will have a research encounter in a city. So it says, you attend the opera Masadi Requiem per Shuge and attempt to convince the authorities to stop the show. Test influence. She has 2 influence, so here we go with 2 dice. A 4 and a 1 is not enough. She will, however, spend a focus to reroll with this die. And now we have a 6, so it's a success. If you pass, gain this clue. Okay. Simple enough. So she will gain this clue from Alaska. Now she has 1. Then we have Norman in a generic city. So, you step forward to protect an innocent bystander from a gang of thugs. Test strength -1. So he has 1 die then. And it's a 4, so he fails. If you fail, the gang delivers a beating to you as well. Lose 1 health condition and gain an internal injury condition. Or lose 1 health and gain an internal injury condition. So, okay. We lost a health. And then we will find an internal injury. At least not an eternal injury. Still really bad. Internal injury. Okay. What's with these people and all their conditions? And then we will have the mythos phase. So, it's another rumor, sadly, and it has tentacles on it, so I'm already dreading this. We place 2 clue tokens somewhere, the Himalayas and space 13 up there in the Arctic somewhere. Then we will spawn a this rumor token here on space 17. Where is 17? It's here in India. It says, when people see your jaundiced skin or hear your loud coughing fits, they avoid you like a leper. Without exception, the disease next brings fever and swollen red sores. Death follows in a few weeks. Okay. Ongoing. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 17 may consult the Bombay doctors. The more patients they treat, the closer they get to finding a cure. He may spend clues equal to investigators to solve this rumor. He may spend 1 fewer clue for each health token on this card. So when the reckoning happens, place a health token on this card, then each investigator loses 1 health for each health token on this card. Okay. So now we have 3 cards to keep track of. But that's the end of this turn, at least. Still looking okay. We're basically halfway through the game, if we're gonna succeed anyways. So let's see what else can happen here. So Mark will start. What will he do? He will try to get rid of that depth condition again. I don't want to have any more problems than I already have. Or maybe he should just fight that crawling one. Now I want to try to get rid of that depth condition. So let's see here. Poof. Of course it fails. But he will stay there and he will rest up. So now he's at full strength and full sanity at least. Nothing else he can do. Patricia's next. And she will... what will she do? I'm not sure here. Because she can do something about that rumor if she gets another clue, or if it triggers next or this turn. So I think she will gain a focus. And then she can't buy anything either because of that thing. There are no monsters on any gates, so that won't work either. I guess she will just wait there. I don't think we can do anything about it. Yeah, she might as well just stay there. No, we will move here to India to have a generic city encounter. Let's see what happens. Then it's Akashi. She will actually gain a focus again. Then she will move to San Francisco. Try to gain that clue. Norman, he will rest once more to gain 1 sanity and 1 stamina. And he will roll a die to try to get rid of that internal injury on a 5 or 6. It's a 6. Thank you. Good to be rid of that. And then he will move to Arkham. And let's have the encounter phase. First up, it's Mark. He is in another world again. Lost Carcosa. A strange-looking man named Wow offers to repair your reputation in exchange for information. You may spend 1 clue to resolve the pass effect. If you don't spend the clue, resolve the fail effect. So I guess you might as well spend this clue. See what good comes out of it. Your reputation is repaired. Improved influence. Great. Okay, we found an influence, so now he has 3 influence. Okay. Wild tells you that you are the last king of America. You try to resist this delusion. Test will -1, so 3 dice. And of course he fails. If you fail, you become highly suspicious of threats to your throne, gain a paranoia condition. Wow. Things aren't that good for Mark anymore. I think we will have him fight next turn. I don't care about the Sydney Gate much longer. Here, I found the paranoia condition. So now he's both in debt and he is paranoid. Then we have Patricia, who will have a generic city encounter. It says, you make sure no one is watching before sneaking out of the shop with your stolen goods. Test observation. So 3 observation. We get a 6 and a 5 and also 3, so we succeed. If you pass, gain 1 item from the reserve or 1 random item asset from the deck. So since there are no cards in the reserve, we will just gain a random, item. Okay. A random item. So let's see what comes out. So she found the Arcane Tome. Gain +2 lore when you're resolving spell effects. When perform a rest action, you may test lore. If you pass, gain a spell, which is terrific. Then we have Akashi in San Francisco. She will have a research encounter. She's in the city. So inside the restricted section of the library, the book you sought is suddenly engulfed in green flames. To claim the ancient text, you will have to bow to the will of Tulcha. You may spend 2 sanity and gain a dark pact condition to gain this clue and 1 tome artifact. Oh, is it worth it though? Yes, it is. I deem it to be worth it. So 2 sanity is lost. We gain a dark pact condition, so she's basically a ticking time bomb. Here we go, dark pact. It says on reckoning effect, roll a die. On a 1, it's time to fulfill your part of the bargain. Flip this card. And we also got that clue. And we got a tome artifact. Tome artifact. Okay, see if we can find one here. Yes, the Titka Halot. Action, test lore. If you pass, you may spend 1 sanity to choose 1 monster on your space to lose 3 health. At least it's decent. And then we have Norman, and he will also have a research encounter in Arkham. So it says, a few hours before the performance of the opera Masse di Requiem per Shugei, you have the chance to examine the libretto, test lore, so he has 5 lore. Hopefully it will work out. We have 1/5, but that's enough. If you pass, you recognize that it's a ritual that honors Azathoth and stop the performance. Gain this clue. Thank you. And then we go to the mythos phase, which is always terrifying. So let's see here. We will turn this omen track, and there is 1, 2 red gates actually, so the doom will advance by 2, so it's down to 6. Then we will have a monster search, so there will spawn 2 monsters on each of those 2 gates. So we will start with Shanghai. We have a star spawn, which have a reckoning effect on a roll of 1 die on a 1 or 2 advance doom by 1, so this is going downhill fast now. And we also have a ghost. Then we have Sydney, where we have a flying polyp, and it's also a pretty tough monster with 4 toughness and minus everything. And we have a goat spawn. No good at all. Then we will spawn 2 clues. We will have them on space 15, which is down here, and on space 12, which is down here. So no peace for the fallen. You can feel the decay clinging to you. This sickening putrefaction is everywhere, and you fear the toll it's taking on you, on your friends lying in hospital beds. Okay. So discard all possessions on defeated investigators sheets and return all defeated investigators tokens to the sheets and sheets to the game box. Then the lead investigator gains a cursed condition. Fabulous. So now he's paranoid, he's in debt, and he is cursed. Okay, cursed. So what cursed does is that you only succeed on 6s, nothing else. And that's terrible. So now we have cursed condition and a dark pact condition. Holy crap. It's not looking good, y'all. I hope to see you next time. Take care, have a good one.